course, our hometown here, Texas. Got some Californias in the house. Love California. Awesome. And there's my Minnesota peeps. What's going on? Indiana. Love it. Anyway, so excited to see so many people from all around the world. We are going to have an absolute awesome time tonight. Why? Because we have some phenomenal things to talk about. Little disclaimer right here. So many people to this day ask us, what is that 3 you're holding up? That's supposed to be a W. This stands for World Changers. I'm just going to let everybody know right now, that's what we're all doing right there, little world changers. So before we jump in and get started, this little piece is brand new. It's going to be less than a minute. We have to do it, and I'm glad that we have to do it.
Yep. So a little housekeeping, and then we'll be right back here, guys.
Shows a little credibility and legitimacy here, so hang tight.
Income Disclosure Notice. Practicality dictates that everyone's results will vary, as we are all unique and different. Basically, it takes hard work to make a substantial income in this business, and some people will make no money at all. The earnings of a World Global Network partner will be 100% dependent upon their skills, work effort, commitment, leadership capabilities, and market conditions. Common sense would suggest that in most opportunities, one would find exceptional individuals performing well above average, while others perform under the average. World Global Network does not guarantee any level of income or your success. To see our full income disclosure, please visit our website at www.worldgn.com.
All right. Well, the reason why I like this is because it really does show the legitimacy and the credibility of our company right now. We are ground floor. It is growing so fast. Yes, people, everybody here is making something.
Yep. And what we don't want to do is get into a bunch of hype and a bunch of promises and so on. So this disclosure lets you know that we're going to jump into something that's real, that's legitimate, and that people around the world are seeing value in. So let's get started.
Let's do it. All right, so for those of you that don't know us, I'm Anna Marie, my husband Stroh. We come from corporate America. We've got 4 beautiful girls, one in high school, one in college, 2 in high school, and 1 in elementary school. And you know what? We have dabbled in network marketing for a really good reason. It was unfortunate when it started, but we're so glad that it happened. We worked for a company where 1 year we didn't get paid out commissions. We literally were out 6 figures in commissions, and as salespeople, you don't really work for your commissions, right? So it kind of hit us really hard in the pocket. It affected our family, it affected everything, our psyche, and our friend asked us, he's like, well, what do you do for additional streams of income? And we were like, what?
What's that?
Well, we say for college, we have 4 girls. He goes, that's not a plan B. You've got to have other forms of income. And that's when he introduced us to network marketing. And we were really fortunate. First time network marketers, he brought us a ground floor opportunity. And we said, this looks great. We're going to wait. We watched to see how he did. We watched to see how the industry did. We watched. And about 9 months later, we decided to come on in, get started. And we made some money. We had some success. But it was bittersweet because he was making a lot more zeros on his check than we were. Why? We watched a ground floor opportunity literally sail off in the distance, and we vowed to each other, first of all, never ever not have additional streams of income, because you never know what's going to happen. It's not guaranteed. And number 2, if we ever found that unique opportunity, that unique product, and it was ground floor and it was different than everything else out there, we were going to buckle up, we weren't going to take our seatbelt off, and we were going to jump on board and take a ride.
Yep. So, we call that our Microsoft moment, and it just plays right into this quote by the founder of Microsoft, Bill Gates, that says that the secret of success in any business, not just network marketing, is detecting where the world's going to go and to get there first. And that's exactly what this opportunity is all about. We are first in the market with a product like no others, and we are ahead of where the world is going. And that's a great place to be, because when the world catches up to where we are, the income potential and the success that we're all going to have in this business is going to be like nothing else that's out there. Let's talk about exactly why.
Right. So when our friends showed us this conversation, and they said, hey, Strohs, just listen to us for a second. If you guys could be involved in an emerging market, that was going to grow by 300%. It'd be worth $34 billion. And you guys could have the #1 technology product in that space. Would you want to know more about it? And we said, well, you had us at technology. They knew our background, not fair. And I looked at Stroh and I said, what if this really happened? Like, what if there really was something that was different than everything else and it played in that space? And he's like, well, let's take a listen. And this is what we found out.
Yep. It's not just our friend and other people in the business that are talking about where this industry's headed. It's folks like Wall Street Journal and Forbes magazine, Time magazine, you know, really respected publications that are predicting where this wearable technology industry is headed. Just 3 short years ago, 8 million devices were in circulation. But last year, 123 million devices are sold. But look where it's headed. Over 400 million predicted by the year 2020. That's a $34 billion industry, according to Forbes magazine. Guys, we just want small portions. I mean, 3-4% of that, we're a multi-billion-dollar worldwide business out overnight, practically overnight. Nobody's ever done that in network marketing. Time magazine says that wearable health is going to change our life, whether we like it or not. I think all of us on this call love the fact that wearable technology is so much more convenient. You can look at the types of wearable technology that's out there. The wristband is by far the most popular, and that's exactly what we have. So let's take a look at what this amazing product looks like with a quick 2-minute video. Actually, it's about a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to follow along and kind of bounce your head, pretty catchy tune. Your roller's got to go and I can't get enough of that video.
I saw Sonia over there bobbling the head.
That's right.
You think you're hiding? Hey, girl. Okay, so that is absolutely incredible. Take a look at all of the features that we have. We have the most advanced technology out there today. Yes, we track your calories and we track our steps, but look at all of the features that truly set us aside from everything else. EKG, sleep quality, being able to see how you're sleeping, when you're sleeping, your breath rate, emotions. But you guys, there are a couple more features that really make us stand out from everything else right now.
Right. It's not only just about managing your own bioparameters and being able to translate that into the app to understand how your wellness is being tracked. It's also about doing that for your loved ones, folks that you care about, your elderly parents or grandparents, even your kids or spouse, knowing exactly where they are in the world, know exactly where your kids are, and if they have a problem, let's see what they can also do with the device.
Right, so I'm a mother of 4 girls, and this was a game changer for me. If any of my girls find themselves in an unfortunate situation, all they have to do is push that panic button. Stroh, me, my in-laws, my mom, we all get a text, we get an email, an exact GPS location of where they are, and we're able to be proactive and call for help. Does not get any better. But we also have a friend who is an adult and said, hey, that's great for my kids, but I travel internationally every month. She said, and my biggest fear is that I'm going to find myself in a foreign country. Something's going to happen to me and my family's going to have no idea where I'm at. So this was a huge feature for the entire family.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm not sure if you guys have ever heard about what germanium stones can do for your body as far as your wellness and health effects, but we have titanium plates that house these germanium stones that go into the band. They actually insert into the band. If you've not ever experienced this, I need you to go out, Google it, check out all the information and the testimonials on the improvements of people's body function, the less stress. It removes the types of ions that electrify your body. And actually, this is a 99% pure germanium stone that I'm telling you what, for me, when I wear this device to bed, I sleep like a baby. There's been a few times where I've gone out of town and it was on the charger and I forgot to wear it. Man, I was tossing and turning all night. So I can honestly tell you that my sleep quality, my life has improved. And if you're wearing this device, I think you're going to have some of the same results.
So this is something that I think is really the craze right now. We are truly the only company, the only device that is able to monitor your blood glucose level from your skin. We have it. We're bringing it to market here in just a few short months. And this is absolutely going to be a game changer. How many of you guys out there know somebody who is diabetic? Our little 9-year-old is diabetic. Yep, Mary Sue, I see that. Right. We all know somebody that's diabetic, and not having to prick your finger is a huge deal. And you think about everybody else that's out there. I forgot how many millions of people are diabetic, but think about the millions that are pre-diabetic and they don't even know. Having this device around their wrist, and it's alerting them when their blood sugar level is sky rising and they didn't even realize that they could be pre-diabetic. Yep. Think about the trainers. For them, all of the people that they're training and they're creating meal plans for and being able to share this device with them. I just think it's absolutely incredible, and it really is a game changer. And, you know, we were watching the news just 2 weeks ago, and we saw several segments all over the news with Apple. Guys, get this. We all know who Apple is, right? Well, they did a segment where Apple has a secret group. That's what they called it, a secret group that is working off campus, and they're starting to research, because this is the space that Apple eventually wants to get into in their health space. And they've got this group that's starting research all over the place. And they said they really want to be able to monitor blood glucose. But guess what? They said, and I quote, they're about 3 years away. And what was I doing? Holla! I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, Stroh, I'm literally rewinding. I'm like, we have what the big guns don't have. Yep. Just because our company isn't on a billboard or isn't on a stadium somewhere doesn't mean that we're not legit. We are first to market now, and we are first to market with blood glucose monitoring. Yep. Without having to prick your skin. Kind of exciting.
Yep. So guys, there really is no comparison. And this is an advanced chart talking about what the Classic looked like in the price point. We've already updated this chart with the LX that just came out a few short weeks ago, and the price point that's already changed. But just look at how much more this device does today and will do in the future than anything else on the market.
Right. Another segment, Fox News, you know, in that particular segment that you see right here, they actually predicted that our device is one of 5 technologies that will dominate 2017. The Consumer Electronics Show, the largest global electronics show in the world, is held every January, first week of January in Las Vegas, Nevada. Toshiba highlighted us. We're going to talk about them here in a minute. They highlighted us because we use their processor in our device. This gentleman here, I know that's one of your favorite stories.
Yeah.
He had abnormal readings, right? Thought something was wrong with his helo, banging his phone. Nope, he had abnormal readings. Got himself to the doctor, come to find out there was actually something wrong with them. And the doctor said, you were lucky that you came in when you did.
Yep.
Just being proactive.
And more of those testimonials of people who have been alerted by their helo through the app, went and got it checked out, and sure enough, there was something that needed to be addressed by a professional. Just amazing. So guys, it's also, this company is like no other because of the partnerships. We are partnered with 2 of just an amazing set of companies. Quality is our manufacturer. They're able to produce over 3 million devices every single month. That's massive. Excuse me. And then also Toshiba. Anna Marie mentioned the fact that they highlighted our product at the Consumer Electronics Show. They actually did a full due diligence on this company and this product before they announced and decided to go into partnership with us. And after the end of that due diligence, they actually wanted to buy the intellectual property of this device. Our CEO said thanks, but no thanks. But we do have an exclusive partnership where we are their largest customer of the App Lite chip that goes in our device. We actually have placed orders for the next device for millions of these chips, with over 500,000 that are scheduled to be delivered as soon as possible. Guys, this is a legitimate partnership, a legitimate company like nothing else that you'll ever find in the network marketing space. It's also about bringing amazing technology products to our consumers, right? The helo is without a doubt going to change people's lives and be able to have them be proactive with their bioparameters and their wellness. This device is scientifically and medically proven to reduce the harmful effects of electrosmog. Everybody knows that devices that have a battery, devices that are man-made and plug into the wall, they create a radioactive electronic signal that it harms your body, right? It does things at a cellular and a molecular level. I'm not a scientist. I can't explain it all, but I do see some of the pictures here, a 10-minute phone call and what it does to my brain without the Biozen and how it's affected and minimized with the Biozen sticker. Just a simple sticker that goes in there and counteracts that negative effect. You can see at the microbiology level here, those cells clumping together. That's not normal. You don't want your oxygen cells, the water in your body clumping together like that, even in your blood. But when it's normal, it looks a lot more spread out. And guys, I'm telling you, we are bringing products that are unheard of to the industry.
So let's take a look at who is the visionary taking us on this journey, and that's Fabio Galdi. You know, Stroh and I had the opportunity to meet him when we were approached for this opportunity. We actually spent 2 days at corporate and understanding the strategy and the technology, and as we sat there and listened to him, all of these successes started to come up. I mean, just take a look at some of these from 1994 through 1997. He comes back around in 2002, introducing one of the first touchscreens. I mean, think about it. You don't go to the grocery store, you don't get gas or the ATM. Everything is about touchscreen. And then take a look at first successful voice over IP. What we're doing right now is voice over IP.
Yep.
So, you know, Fabio, he's got that technology background. He's got this visionary and listening to what we have coming out with our future features, and then we're privy to a few more in the future. Unbelievable. But then it also, you know, brings in some of our other amazing, incredible leaders in this company, and that's Antonio De Rosa. So any of you guys that are iPhone users out there, this gentleman was the brains and the designer behind the iPhones and the Apple Watch. Well, he's been with us for 2 years now, and he is leading the design and engineer team from our helos. It just is incredible to know that we have Fabio Galdi, we've got some, you know, reputable person, Antonio De Rosa from Apple, that is leading the pack, and our technology just keeps getting better and better. That's called innovation.
Yep. So, you know, we actually had a chance to meet with Antonio. He is a real person. He's not just some fictitious person behind the curtain like the Wizard of Oz. This guy is amazing. He is such an innovator, such a leader. Coming from Apple, he actually has stories talking about where Apple's strategy really began, right? 2007, they had a device that quite frankly wasn't that good.
No.
That Apple phone, that first one was all glitchy. You had to reset it all the time. But here was their vision. They were getting their butts kicked by Nokia and some of the other cell phone manufacturers at the time. They knew where the world was headed. They knew that we as a consumer didn't just want a cell phone. We wanted a smart device. We wanted the flexibility to put apps on a phone and do more than just talk on it. That's where they completely revolutionized and changed the industry. And look at how many companies today have products that also have an app store, have a developer, a third-party set of developers, not even employees of the company, that are driving innovation with their product. Guess what we just did? World Global Network announced the fact that we have an open API with this device and this app, and we have the ability and now have our own app store. Guys, this is unheard of. We're the only product in network marketing that has an app store where the distributors will get paid just like Apple. Do you know how many millions of apps exist on Apple's app store?
140 billion were downloaded.
Oh my gosh. And I think there's over 2 million apps that exist, right? The money that they've made in just this time that I've been describing this part of their business is hundreds of millions of dollars. I'm telling you guys, this is changing this entire model, because now with our app store, we have over 100 developers that are submitting.
350 so far.
Thank you. You got the number, baby. All of these folks that are creating this extensibility of our device, and we'll have apps available for us to all benefit from all that innovation.
Share one of the apps.
So one of them that I did hear of was, and we had a team member come on, and she's like, my mom suffers from falling down, fainting spells, things like that. Does the device track when she might be on the ground? I know it's got the panic button, but what about if she is out unconscious? What if she hit her head? Well, we didn't have anything 3-4 months ago to even talk about. Now we have people that are building apps that are going to actually track whether you're standing up or laying down. If you've been still for a few minutes, it's going to try to reach out to you. If you don't respond in a certain period of time, it's going to reach out to your We Care and say, hey, this is what's going on. We tried to reach them. They didn't respond. We don't know if they're okay or not. Check on them. Send somebody.
How cool is that? Okay, this one's my favorite. How about any parents out there? Let me see some hands. Any parents? How many of us would love to be able to predict 2 days in advance if our kids were going to get the flu? Before all of this starts happening right here. This app is going to be able to do that. Yeah. Predict 2 days. You can start taking your vitamin B and C and D and
about Theraflu,
elemental P and Theraflu and everything else. You can. I just.
Or Tamiflu.
This is really. I mean, when we talk about a category creator, that's exactly what this is. This is for us. Yeah.
I got to warn you one more, guys. There's a developer out there that thinks that he can actually build a app as a lie detector test. So be careful where this can go. I'm not sure we're going to approve that one. That one just seems a little invasive.
We don't get to download that, no. As we digress. Anyways, let's talk about some of the recognition that we've got here. Again, incredible. Couple stand out to me. A AAA rating, quite frankly, that is my favorite up here because you know what? It doesn't get any better than AAA rating in this industry. Fabio has been in the top 10 CEOs for the past 2 years in a row. And of course, out of thousands and thousands and thousands of network marketing companies, we're ranked number 77.
Yep.
Fabulous.
Let's take a look at the partner or the parent company, right? World Media and Technology Corporation. It's publicly traded. We're a US-based company, so all of the rules and regulations of the SEC and the FTC apply to us. We are so compliant. We ran the compliancy video now, right, to make sure everything we're doing is above board, legitimate, and transparent to our shareholders. Yep, we have shares of stock and shareholders to answer to as a public company. Look and see what our stock did when that January announcement by Toshiba when we were featured. Our stock went crazy. You can see not only our goals for revenue, we have actual business plans to not just achieve, but exceed these revenue goals in 2018 and 2020. And what's most important to everybody on this call, this money, this revenue gets returned to each of us. Approximately 50% of that retail revenue gets converted into commissions and paid out every single month. I can't wait to when we're a $2, $3, $4 billion company and we're paying over $2 billion in commissions worldwide. I want a big piece of that if I can get it.
I'd take a small piece of that. And you know, this is what's going to enable us to do that. We're able to go into 195 countries today. That is today. Think about it. You may not know somebody internationally, but I promise you, you know somebody whose brother, sisters, cousins, family member has somebody international. Plug into them, tap into their network, I promise. But you know, we also have a lot else that's going with us as well is, there we go, our leaders, phenomenal leaders in this industry. Nat and Shanita are leading the way. They've been in this industry for over 30 years. I call them the godmother and godfather of network marketing. They truly know how to build business international.
Yep. And it's about those leaders looking at this entire company worldwide as a family. I mean, we've had the pleasure of being in the presence of Nat and Shanita, in Chad and Natita, their son-in-law and daughter.
It was incredible. We got to spend time with them. And you know, our one of our fearless leaders, Ramasio Fulcher, right here, he put on this fabulous, I don't know, it was kind of like a, I'm losing a blank. We had to earn this trip, this first, like an awards little thing. And there was like 8 of us that got to go and have special training with Ramasio and Nat and Shanita and Chad and Natita in Vegas. And it was just second to none. These leaders are in the trenches with us.
Yep.
Absolutely phenomenal. So a couple of things that you want to look for when you're looking at any type of a business. There's a lot of components, but my belief is there's really 4 strong components that really you should look at when you're looking at a network marketing business. The first one, as I mentioned earlier, you've got to have a unique product, right? If you want to come in with a potion or a lotion or a pill, you're no different than everybody else. Fabio Galdi did it right. We've got something that is first to the market. We've got a unique product. Well, it's been fabulous meeting so many friends and now family, but you know what? At the end of the day, we're here to create another form of income. So you've got to have a lucrative, legit compensation plan to back up that unique product. Third, leadership. We showed you. We've got Ramasio. We've got Chad and Natita and all of these fabulous leaders that are taking us on this journey. But last but definitely not least is timing. Y'all, we are ground floor. We are first to the market. We are the first to tell the world about this. Think about this. Fitbit was, let's see, they sold 20 million devices last year. They're worth 8 billion today. Think if we could have all gone back when Fitbit first launched. We would be the first to tell Fitbit, tell the world about Fitbit and gotten paid off of it. Would we have all gone back and done that?
Sure.
Heck yeah. That's what we are here. We are that on steroids. It is ground floor, and the timing is absolutely impeccable right now.
So clearly we've talked a lot about the product. The timing is obvious, guys, and the team second to none. So let's take a couple of minutes and really dive into the comp plan. I want to make sure everybody on the call understands just how lucrative and how easy it is to sit here and start a business and get going, right? For US, Canada, Japan, and Europe, the blue plan is what we're going to go over. If you have other people, they need to look at the details for the red plan. There's 2 plans, but mainly because of some of the rules and FTC regulations that the blue plan takes into consideration. So there's really just 3 steps to success, 3 ways to get paid in this business. The first one is to pick a pack online in your sponsor's store and become a team member, right? By purchasing that pack. There's really 3 ways to do it. Everybody who is serious about this business and really wants to make an income as quickly as possible starts at least the family pack. That's where you purchase 4, you get a 5th for free. So the average price is at its optimum, right? It's as inexpensive as you can get. You get 1 pack of bands, 3 business centers, and you can make a maximum of $600,000 each and every week. I think that's amazing, guys. You can come in at a premium pack, which gives you 1 more device for free, and you pay for 1 more. Everybody gets their own color bands. For me, with 4 daughters, a wife, nobody's going to have to fight over which color band they wear any certain day. So that made a lot of sense for me.
Smart boy.
Yep. Once you become a team member and you start and you pick that pack, no matter what you do for the rest of your activity in this business, you will earn a fast start bonus, a referral bonus for every person who goes to your website, which the company gives you for free, sets up, does all the logistics, all the shipping, all the customer service, everything's done for you, turnkey worldwide business, and they pay you 10% for every device that's purchased off of your website. Just that simple, guys. Everybody makes 10%, whether you're working the business or not. That's why this is so lucrative for everybody, even somebody that's going to wear it. They can still get this fast start bonus. You can also buy the BioZen, right? It comes in multiple packs. Every one of these purchases also get that 10% participation referral bonus. Step 2, what you want to do is you want to start building a team. If you're going to work this business, you want to become a team builder in 24 to 48 hours. Why? Because that is what can duplicate. If you can accomplish it, you can then teach your team to do the same thing. You basically recruit 1 person on your left, 1 person on your right. You become a sponsor. You make sure they get plugged into the business and that they're capable of growing their business. And as soon as you bring those 2 people in, you become a team builder. If you did it at the family pack level, you immediately earn that 20% volume. If you only have them come in at the box set, the individual pack, you'll earn 10% until you accumulate the sales volume equal to the family pack, which is 500. That is a team volume commission. As soon as you bring those 2 people in, for life, forever, you either make that 10 or 20% completely with all of the volume that goes in unlimited levels within your organization.
I think one of the things that's important to explain here that is when you bring your left and your right in, you're qualified. You are always qualified. So
Yep.
For those of you that have been in other network marketing companies, usually you have to wait for the moon and the stars to align with so-and-so being a certain rank and all this rank here and auto ships and all of this stuff is happening. No, you yourself just bring your left and your right, done. Those 2 could die on the vine tomorrow. You hope not, but
Yep.
You're qualified to get paid.
You stay qualified no matter what. Step 3, and this is the final step to success and the 3rd way to get paid, is you become a team developer, right? You personally create team builders out of the first 2 or any 2 people that you sponsor in your left and your right? They get there to become a team builder. They get there to become a team builder simply doing what you did, just sharing a video and bringing them on and signing up once they pick a pack, and you become a team developer. You've developed a team of team builders, right? Once you do that, all other income components are opened up, including what I think is great is the fact that the company gives you a matching bonus up to 10 generations, you can see how that starts to grow. When people are making commissions, you're getting a management bonus, a matching bonus for helping your people be successful and earn a check as many as 10 generations down, right? So a first generation is someone you personally sponsor. People they sponsor is your second generation. This is not a level thing. This is not 10 levels down. This is generations. I may sponsor somebody in a year, and they could be 1,000 levels down in my organization, but they're still my first generation. Hopefully that makes sense. So guys, this can be incredibly lucrative as you help other people succeed. I want to spend a couple of minutes on loyalty membership. This is important because regardless if you're working the business or not, every single person who's wearing this device should be on loyalty membership. Well, why is that? Well, first of all, it allows you to be prepared for or actively participating in the business. You could start off just wearing the device and referring people, but you can accumulate volume in a common leg, and then over time have a business to be able to start working. You also, if you immediately want to start earning commissions, you've got to be on the loyalty membership. And for the blue plan, you have to have sponsored at least one person on loyalty as well. Okay, so that's imperative. If you're working the business, loyalty is a must. What else do you get with the loyalty membership? Well, you get 5 pro application, the application on your smart device, upgrade vouchers, 5 of them. If you bought the family pack, basically every one of those people get the pro app upgrade voucher. Well, why is that important, right? Let's do a quick comparison on what you get with the different types of free app that you download from the App Store versus the pro plan. There's a bunch of different comparisons. There's more capacity and so on that you get. Look at the very bottom, access to the plugin. Guys, the plugin is where we deliver through a firmware upgrade through the smart device or smartphone to the device, additional features and functionality. If you're on the free app, you don't get that, right? That's where we plan to deliver the viscosity and the glucose and the oxygen level and so many more upgrades to this single device through that plugin. So everybody who's wearing the device, in order to make it get more and more valuable, should be on the pro plan. That pro plan costs everybody $12 per month. But when you're on loyalty, you get 5 of those vouchers for free. So that's a $60 value right there. You get some online tools and some cloud storage. It's kind of like Dropbox on steroids to do document sharing and other types of things online. That has a cost to it, right? We have to pay for this Zoom webinar service. The company gives you an alternative to paying for the Zoom. You get a protection plan. If you break or accidentally take a bath with your Helo, actually did that myself after the first week or 2. Sent it back in and they replaced it. Up to 2 times a year, you can send a device in, and if you had a senior moment like I did, they will replace and give you a brand new Helo. You also get loyalty points. This is like your credit card or airline mile membership, right? For every month you're in loyalty and on that active membership, you get 75 points. Those points convert dollar to dollar, point to dollar. So that's like getting $75 every single month. That accumulates to $900 after 12 months. You have a shopping spree after being on loyalty membership for 12 full months, right? You get to go back and buy a Helo, a $319 value. You may want the Infolio phone that's coming out here in a few weeks. It's going to be launched at the convention. We're going to talk about what it is. The only phone in the world with absolutely no electrosmog. None of that radiation. It's the only phone like it in the world. It's on its way. It's on its way, guys. You also earn an extra 1% in volume commissions. We call it a money box, right? It's like a golden handcuff to keep you in loyalty. You're going to accumulate that 1%. It's going to be deposited into kind of a savings account. And at the end of the year, we're going to break open that money box and that commission gets paid to you. Last but not least, I'm telling you, this is a game changer right here. Every time somebody comes into loyalty membership, just like any other network marketing, you get that one-time fast start referral bonus, right? But it didn't stop there. Every month when that person that you've personally sponsored renews their loyalty membership, it's as if it was the first time they ever did it, and you get another $6 fast start bonus. Unheard of that the company will pay you every single month the same as it was the first month. Almost no other network marketing companies do something like that, where they continue to give you that referral bonus when you only refer them one time, but every time they renew, you get that $6. That could be, 10, 100 people in your personally sponsored list that you're making that commission off of. But it's also about every single person in your organization, everybody in both legs that are in the loyalty membership. You earn $30 of sales volume, right? At the 20%, that converts to $6 right there. That could be hundreds, thousands of people on loyalty membership in your organization, and you're making $6 a month off them. Guys, this is the residual part of this opportunity. This is what creates this binary to be incredibly stable, because we're not sitting here waiting for products to have to be reordered where you're smearing them or swallowing them or putting them, in your face or whatever.
It's what it is it's time freedom, right?
Yeah.
It's money freedom. I mean, for some of us, it's retirement. It's true residual income, and that's what we're all looking for.
So I spent a lot of time talking about all the value. It'd be over $1,400 if you paid for each one of these line items. You only pay $59 a month. So right there with those pro app upgrades, the $60 item 2 pays for itself, and everything else is gravy.
Right. And when you bring 10 individuals into your team, that pays for itself.
Yep.
So if you can
just
get
out of the commissions.
Yeah, if you can get $59, if I can get anything for free, I want to get it for free. So let's do really quick recap here. You already saw how simple and lucrative this is. We're able to go into 195 countries today, which makes it nice. It doesn't cost anything to join, just the cost of your pack, right? No requalifications. Can I get an amen on that? Because that is huge. No subscription or chargeback. And my absolute favorite, I've got nothing showing up on my doorstep every single month. I've got nothing piling up in his cabinet. I got nothing piling up in my cabinet. And like you said, it doesn't get any better than that. It is just that plain and simple. I'd like to show you some of the leaders that we have here in our organization. What I love about this is that every single one of these people are doing something different. We all have different backgrounds. So it doesn't matter if you come from this industry or not. It's very, very simple to be a part of this team. The lifestyle here, again, this is just another benefit that we get that no other companies do. Some companies have like a car bonus program every month. They flat out give you a car. Like they buy it for us. They give us the pink slip. It is ours.
Don't even get a 1099.
Don't even get a 1099 on it.
Paid.
Incredible. One of our conventions that's coming up, Bangkok, will be there in just a couple short weeks. That's where all of the announcements, that's where everybody comes together. And I know when Stroh and I were in Dubai, it really hit us between the eyeballs just how international this business is.
Yep.
It was huge. There was 120 people there. We were one of 9 from the US. So
yep.
We were the minority. It was really, really interesting. But just how we are coming together as a globe, because what we have, our market is the global market.
Yep.
Everybody with the wrist, everybody with the pulse.
So if I had an opportunity and I told you that only 3 or 4 of these amazing, amazing components were available, we would jump on it in a heartbeat. But look at how much we've talked about tonight. Look at all the benefits and all the uniqueness that we have in this opportunity. Every one of these are sitting there available for us to take advantage of. Unlike anything else in the market. There's nothing else out there like it, guys.
Right. So, oh, my bad.
So as we look at the life cycle of any product, it's not just the Helo, not just the Biozen, any product, right? It follows a bell curve kind of distribution, right? It launches early. There's a lot of people that get excited about it and come in, the early adopters, the visionaries, the people who see where this is headed and want to get ahead of the game, get ahead of where the world's headed. That's where we are today. And it's time to make a decision and come into this business if you think it's right for you and you see the vision. Because what's going to happen? The tornado's going to hit and this bell curve's going to take off, right? The steep curve is going to start going up, and the volume and the accumulation of income, the revenue projections that the company have are going to explode. You want to have the largest team ready to fulfill as much of that demand in your organization instead of somebody else having a large team and them getting the lion's share of that demand. And over time, guys, this thing is going to continue to grow, especially as we release new versions, new products, and the App Store. I mean, think of every one of the apps following this curve. We may have apps come out in a year that's going to change the whole makeup of this device. Right. It's just going to continue to grow.
So we wrapped our mind around this Microsoft moment for us, and this is a clear indication of what we look like, right? We came in, we got in at the beginning and at the top. And what's happening is that now everybody is building underneath us. all over. People we don't even know, we love them because we're getting paid and we're sharing this opportunity with them and their loved ones and their network. But if you were anything like the old Anna Marie and Stroh, when we watched and waited and we doubted everything, we found ourselves at the bottom and we saw that ground floor opportunity go away in the distance.
Yep.
So this is what I think is probably one of the most important things about everything that we've shared tonight. It's simple. You pick a pack, you just get enrolled, and you send a video. Those of you that are new to this webinar, someone sends you a 2-minute or maybe a 4.5-minute video. And then what did they do? You needed more information. They plugged you into a webinar like this. We have pre-recorded webinars or maybe a 3-way call. That is it. There is nothing more. We have truly redefined home-based business because you can send a text from anywhere in the world and share the helo with somebody.
Yep. So guys, we have these webinars happening twice a day, almost every day of the week. This is, you just come back to this, 557-557-0000. Bring as many prospects and people that you want to expose this opportunity to, and make sure they listen in and have the information that they need to make a decision. Guys, this has changed our life. We know it's going to change everybody else's lives who see the vision and are bold enough to take a leap and come on into this business. Get back with the person who invited you to this webinar and give them an answer, right? Do you see yourself just wearing the device, or do you see yourself making an income off of it? Guys, thanks so much for your time. We really want to congratulate everybody for seeing the vision and spending a few minutes with us tonight. Get Stroh and Anna Marie.
And we are
World Changers.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, y'all. Have a great evening.